Okay.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. So in the last class, we discussed among what are the communication system. Basically, we discussed, what are the basic elements of the communication system and what are the different types of modes of, communication. Now, in today's class, we will discuss in detail what are the, data transmission media. So already I told you there are two types. One is guided media, another one is unguided media. But in today's class, we will explore it in more detail because this is very important question from exam point of view also. So if we are talking about guided media, I think now everyone understand guided means there is something physical link present between transmitter and receiver. In the same way, in as the name suggests, unguided media means what? Unguided media where there is no physical link. There is no physical link. So
Wireless.
this is, yeah, wireless. We may say it is a wireless, right? It is a correct word. So if we are talking about the guided media, there are several types. First one is twisted pair cable. So and another one is coaxial cable, optical fiber, strip line, micro strip line. So the first one is a let's talk about little bit on guided media first. It is also referred as wired or bounded transmission media, and signals being transmitted are directed and conformed in a narrow pathway by using physical links. And its features are high speed, secure, and used for comparatively shorter distance. Yes, because let us suppose you want to talk to somebody in US or in, if we are talking about in Bombay, from Delhi to Bombay you want to talk. So guided video will not work, because it will it huge wires you have to be laid down for that purpose. So it is high speed, and it is high speed is why, because there is a physical link. So that is why it is always better. If we are talking about internet in our home, there are internet are provided by the Wi-Fi, and as well as a data cable. So obviously the data cable, when you plug in into your laptop or your desktop, the speed is entirely different, means it is more. So because of the physical link. So obviously the physical link, as in the classes also, the virtual classes, the physical link is somewhere lost. So the understanding is little bit less. But while we are talking in the physical classroom teaching, so there it is more effective because due to the physical link. The same thing here. The speed is high, the security is more in optical, because if it is breaches, means if it is leak out from somewhere, it is immediately come to know that the signal strength come get lows, and there are so many ways to identify it. So it is highly secured. It has high speed, and the third one is it is, but the only limitation is it is used for comparatively shorter distance, because for a long distance it is very difficult to lay down the wire. So this is one point. Now there are three major types of the guided media. First one that is used widely across the globe is twisted pair cable. It is a two separated insulated conductor wire wound each other, and it looks like this. This is unshielded twisted pair, or this one is shielded twisted pair. Shielded means there is a there is a plastic shield over it, which is as an insulator, which save this from the environment. So this is shielded. That is what we call STP in the short name, shielded twisted pair. And another one is unshielded twisted pair. That is what we call UTP. So this is very important to learn over here. Maybe sometimes it is asked in the exam, what are the various types of twisted pair cable. So twisted pair cables are of two types. One is unshielded. As the name suggests, it unshielded means there is no physical shield. There is no physical shield means there is no physical protection, and it is used for telephone applications, particularly in telephonic applications. Earlier, that is what we call Mahanagar Telephone Nigam, or the MTNL. They are using this kind of OTP earlier. So unshielded twisted pair. Now advantages are Least expensive means very cheap, easy to install, high speed capacity, susceptible to external interference. Susceptible to external interference means, it is not it is susceptible means it is protected by the, external interference means external signals. So this is again quality of the unshielded. Lower capacity performances compared to STP. Yes, STP, that's why it is created, because its capacity is lower. You can send, not many signals through the single wire. And short distance transmission due to the attenuation. Attenuation is a kind of resistance. So that is why unshielded twisted pair cable are, least used, but it gets an popularity in its own, in when it discovered, it gains popularity. But once it's, alternative is created like STP, so it will lose some charm. But still we are using it somewhere where the distance is less, and where we have to, make the system cost effective. We use unshielded twisted pair. Now, but what is shielded twisted pair? It is a, copper wire covering with a foil shield. That's it. The only difference is there is a shield over it, or block external interference. So it will, more protective than your UTP, because of this another case which protected. So let's see its advantage: better performance at a higher rate rather than UTP, and eliminate crosstalks. Yes, crosstalks in the earlier, you saw crosstalk is a kind of problem which occurs in the earlier phone, which is, sometimes what will happen, some another call is get connected with your, own call, and you hear the voice of somebody else in your main call. So that is what we call crosstalk. So crosstalk is a kind of, nonsense, not nonsense, it is a kind of what we called noise. So we want to, we do not want this crosstalk in the general communication. So that is what why we want to eliminate it. And STP is, in STP there is, there is no crosstalk. So comparatively faster than UTP basically, and comparatively difficult to install. Little bit difficult because of the case, and it is heavy and manufacturing. So it is little bit, complex in installing and manufacturing than UTP, and more expensive obviously, and bulky obviously because of the shield, and expensive because of the shield also, because it requires a, complex process to design. So this is all about the twisted pair cable, which is the first guided media, right? First means, it doesn't mean ki first means the first is the, number given to it, but in our list it is the first number guided media, that is twisted pair cable. Now we will talk about, uh, just wait, just wait. Okay, and after that there is a coaxial cable. Coaxial cable is another, sort of guided media, where it is a coaxial cable is a, cable TV, which was earlier provided by the, I think today in today's environment also it is provided, like Den, and some cable operators are there, those who are providing this coaxial cable. And this is the cable which is specially designed, and its construction maybe come will be asked to you in the exam. It is the inner conductor, then insulator, then the, outer conductor shield, then insulator, then plastic cover. So this is how a coaxial cable is made up of. So you have to, go through the structure of it, and it has an outer plastic covering, then insulator layer of made up of PVC or Teflon. These are the materials, and the two parallel conductors, each having a separate insulated protected cover, as shown here. And the coaxial cable transmits information in two modes. One is baseband mode and broadband mode. I think baseband mode is only, it has a dedicated cable bandwidth, and in broadband mode it has, means the range is very wide. And baseband mode is used for only for TV purpose, and for your channel purpose. But if you want to run your internet through it, so you ask for broadband mode to the same, with the same coaxial cable, the both the modes can be transferred. So it is depending upon the operators, and depending upon the cost also. If you choose this kind of mode, then they will give it a dedicated cable bandwidth. But if you ask for the broadband mode, obviously it is costly. And cable TVs and analog televisions nearly used coaxial cables, that I already told. Now, what are the advantage? Coaxial cable have very high bandwidth. In fact, it is very good. Very good speed is provided to you by coaxial cable. And another thing is, just wait. Okay, and the advantages are high bandwidth, better noise immunity, easy to install and expand, and inexpensive. Only disadvantage is, when it get failed or disrupt, so entire network get disturbed. Means any cut is providing. Sometimes it is happen in your cable TV also. If somebody cut it by by some truck or by some accident, if the wire get cut, then the whole network get shut down. This is the only disadvantage of this coaxial cable. Otherwise, it has very great advantages like high bandwidth, better noise immunity, easy to install, and inexpensive. Now, the third category of the guided media is optical fiber. Now, optical fiber is what? It is a special designed fiber which is worked on principle of TIR, total internal reflection. I think it is not mentioned here. Yes, it is based on TIR. Now let me show you what is TIR. Let me tell you in detail. Okay, see, TIR is what? TIR is total internal reflection. Total internal reflection. Now it is a one of the phenomena in the physics where what will happen, there is a media, there is a wire, or you may where there is a glass paint, and this is what we call optical fiber. There is a coating of glass, so this is what we call optical fiber. And it has a principle that we will send the signal in the form of light, and the speed of light is very high, so after the reflection it will reach to the receiver end. So this how. And optical fiber has a one of the very beauty, you can send multiple signal at a time, multiple time. Means just change the angle, you can send the many signals without interference, and it is a very high speed because of the speed of the light. So it is this is the principle used in optical fiber. So the optical fiber is a one of the cheapest technology. And right away today, as you have the internet speed is very high in all of us, means we have a very good speed of internet in our home. It is all due to this optical fiber. Many companies, they have laid down this optical fiber across the across the city, and due to which you are able to get uninterrupted very good high speed internet connection. So it uses the concept of reflection of light through the core made up of glass or plastic. The core is surrounded by less dense glass or plastic covering called cladding. It is used for the transmission of the large volume of data. The cable can be unidirectional or bidirectional. The WDM, wavelength division multiplexing, supports two modes, namely unidirectional and bidirectional modes. So this is the optical fiber. It is just look like the the ordinary cable. There is an outer jacket, then there is a loose buffer through which the signal get be transferred, then cladding and fiber core. And one of the beauty of the optical fiber is it is flexible. You can you can easily mold it through the network. You can easily mold it from in means you can pass it through the underground, or you can easily mold it, twist it, and it is very high, it has a very high strength. So this is the advantage of optical fiber. And what are the various advantages if we discuss here is advantages are increased capacity and bandwidth, lightweight, less signal attenuation, immunity, and resistance to corrosive material. And the disadvantage is only the difficult to install and high cost and fragile. If this is very important. Optical fiber has a only disadvantage, that if let us suppose this is a optical fiber, and let us suppose there is somehow due to some accident there is a cut. So what will happen? It is very difficult to to repair this kind of optical fiber connection. So this is the only difficulty in optical fiber. But right away we have a very good technologies to replace this, to make these connections easily. But yes, there is a problem. कि हमारे पास ये प्रॉब्लम थी कि ये जो ऑप्टिकल फाइबर है, अगर इस पे कट लग जाए तो इसको रिपेयर करना बड़ा डिफिकल्ट होता था। बट आज की डेट में क्या होता है हमारे पास ना, हम क्या करते हैं, एक टेक्नोलॉजी है जिसे हम कहते हैं स्प्लाइसर। हम क्या करते हैं, इसको यहाँ से भी कट कर देते हैं, यहाँ से भी कट कर देते हैं, और इतना पीस, एक नया पीस लगा करके उसको यहाँ पे भी चढ़ा देते हैं जैकेट, और यहाँ पे भी जैकेट, जैसे पाइप नहीं, पाइप को नहीं हम वो करते, ऐसे पाइप को यहाँ पे वो कर देते हैं। तो दिस हाउ मतलब रिपेयरिंग ऐसी नहीं है कि इसके अंदर आप गोंद लगा दो या कुछ गम लगा दो, ऐसा नहीं है। It can be done only by using splicers. So there is a, this is also you have to understand. So this is a disadvantage. Now if we are talking about strip line and micro strip line, these are another sort of guided media, and discovered by Robert M. Barnett of the Air Force Cambridge Research Center. And strip line is the earliest form of the planar transmission line, and it uses a conducting material for the transmitting high frequency waves. It is also called waveguide. So strip line is a kind of waveguide, and you just have to uh, go with the name of the strip line and micro strip line. These are the two more. And how it look like, let me show you how it look like. If you want to see, let me show you how strip line, right? Now strip line, strip line, transmission line. You can see the images, it is look like that, the waveguide. So this is how the strip line are look like. So come to the topic again. Yes, so micro strip line is also one of the type of the strip line. In this, the conducting material is separated from the ground plane, so you need not to be go into the depth of this, but you have to understand these are the guided media. And if we are talking about unguided media, I already told you, it means wireless, and no physical medium is required. Now features are, the signal is broadcasted through air, it is less secure, and used for larger distance. It is mainly kind of three types. Number one is radio waves, that I already told you, transmitter, receiver, and medium. So medium will be radio waves. And another category is, and it is used for radio waves is used for terrestrial and satellite, means for satellite communication, for terrestrial means on the land communication. This radio wave communication is used. Another one is microwave communication, which has one very important thing. This is what we call the frequency range. The radio waves is used in 3 kilohertz to 1 gigahertz. AM and FM radios both are transmitted through this. And microwaves has a range, more range, that is 1 gigahertz to 300 gigahertz. And last one is the infrared rays, that has frequency range of 300 gigahertz to 400 terahertz. So it is used for TV remotes, wireless mouse, wireless keyboard, printers. These are all are infrared things. And microwaves are used in mobile phone communication, or and television distribution, means your cable TV distribution. Microwave communication is used, and radio waves is used for cordless phones and radio cordless phones, or FM radios. Here the radio waves are used. So this is all about guided and unguided media. What I want to tell you, you have to go a little bit deeper into this topic. So I will share these notes with you. No need not to be worried about that. I will share it after the class. I will share it, right? So if you have now any question, any query regarding this, you can ask me.